I mean, the majority of us can do that, and it's going to take us back to Nigeria, Cameroon, Western Banks, Africa. But that doesn't mean that we're Africans. How'd your people get here?
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Well, matter of fact, or they could have been native to the land we left.
Okay. Right, because most of us can say we got Indian in our family, right?
I wouldn't say that.
Oh.
You wouldn't, but most of our people say that.
Right.
They say that. I don't know why they say that.
Because they say they native to the land. And the natives was here first.
Because our people were here. It's not the people who you think they're talking about. That's native. So like, because we were here, I don't have the book with me, but there was like a tribe called the Garifuna that was here. And the white man tried to move them from the islands onto the mainland, and they got shipwrecked.
The islands of the Caribbean?
Yeah, tried to move them from the islands of the Caribbean to the mainland, and they got shipwrecked. And they're now in Venezuela. And they're being called Venezuelans. Are they Venezuelans? No. That's not where they originally come from, but they look like me and you.
Hey, bro,
They're natives, but they're natives, or what you call aboriginals, because they were here already.
That's also my question when y'all ask me nationality, whatever the case may be. You say you Native American, whatever. The people that they refer to or think about, that's not us. They're like the people you say were shipwrecked or whatever the case may be. They claim not to be us. So the only thing I can say or gravitate to is Africa.
So, but check this out, because a lot of people are saying, and I even know some people that are Cherokee, Blackfoot, and other things, and they look just like me and you, and they'll be like, well, I'm native to this land, or I'm Aboriginal, but when you look on DNA, it say you from the Western Banks of Africa, and that's because we were already over here. So that's why we don't even follow DNA. It's madness.
So what's wrong with saying
give me Genesis, because.
Who's the name after?
Yeah.
Who's the name after?
Genesis 25.
Africa's a European name. It's really called.
Oh, stop. Wait. Because you already know. So we ain't got to go no further.
Yeah.
So my question to you is now, if Africa's a European name, why would you call yourself after that?
I mean, because
That's like me saying I'm African American.
I understood, but the entirety of the world know that landmass is Africa. This is why I say that. You know what I'm saying? It's not nothing I'm like, okay, I'm African because I choose to say this. You know what I'm saying? I'm just referring to the landmass that everybody knows.
Right, but see, that's the thing. That's why I say
You believe in God?
man, certain terms we gotta throw away. Black, we need to throw that away. All these words are bywords what the Bible calls for curse. Even your name for a curse. Just the fact that you say, yo, I'm African. So when we walked up and you understand, man, that's a European name. That you need to throw that away. It's a spirit behind that name. You know what I'm saying? Like it's your man. His people, when they stripped us from our name, that's the most important thing. Your name is tied to a spirit. Your name is tied. It's attributes behind your name. All that. When they took your name away from you, when they call you African, you know it's another spirit. African American, another spirit. Nigga, Negro, color, it's another spirit behind that.
Right. Let me show you something real quick. Because your nationality is not determined by the land. It's not determined by where you're from. Right. Read that.
You said Genesis
25 and verse 23.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 25 and verse 23. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
So how could 2 nations be in your womb if it's talking about the land you from? It's talking about your forefathers. That's why we out here showing our people who our forefathers are, what we gotta do, where we come from. Because you'll hear, oh, we was kings and queens, but where and of what? Because, you know, like you say, they say Africans sold Africans, but that's not true.
They did though.
No.
It's just a dark race sold another dark race. Don't sound right.
Yeah.
Do it.
Well, why is it, and all of us, we got distinct looks among us,
Right.
but why is it that they sold us?
Who's that? Oh, an African.
So you can look up, I need to get something made. You had a king, an African king named King Siaka. And he dealt with this white man named Pedro Blanco. And they captured slaves and he sold them to Pedro Blanco, who brought us over here and sold us into slavery. And when you read in these books, it'll be like they sold Negroes. How come it don't say they sold Africans? These old books will say they sold Negroes. It's because we were among those quote-unquote Africans.
Actually,
We're not the
African
same
and
people.
Negro the same person.
African Negro, are they the same person?
Right.
No.
Right.
There you go.
Right. African sold Negro.
There you go.
They didn't sell each other. It's gonna be the same color, don't mean we're the same people. Look at Chinese and Japanese. They're exactly the same, but they're different. East Indians is dark too. They wasn't out there talking about Black Lives Matter.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right. And that's my thing too. Like when it comes to slavery and slave ships and all of that, the Arabs was our first slave master. But we don't ever speak of that.
We do.
Hey,
We do.
So now you know how Islam came into play with our people.
Hey,
They did the same thing. They did the same thing. What's the, so like you
Johnny
said,
got it right here, bro.
the Arabs had us in slavery.
you got ham.
The word ops, you know what that
Had it
means?
for like 10 minutes now.
ABC. You own it.
As soon as I heard the
This book right
conversation,
here,
yeah, they got to come
I
out.
got this book because
Listen to this real quick. Watch this. You're gonna read the definition of ham or the people of Africa. The African.
And yeah, because it goes into, and I'm gonna go in here, but it go, because that right there about to go into how, you
It's,
just said it's the difference
Bible
between
dictionary.
Negroes and Africans.
I'm just showing you the Bible dictionary. All right, this
Bible
page.
dictionary?
Yeah.
Compact Bible.
Okay.
Written by white scholars, and the man, hold on, Donovan.
When I try to read the Bible, some of the words I don't understand.
Yeah, and look, I'm gonna give you something about this man. This cracker was a atheist, didn't believe in God, but studied, you know what I mean, historical things. And the word behind him is they say he killed himself when he found out about the truth of the Bible.
You know why it's hard you read the
Yeah,
Bible?
they say he committed suicide.
You know why it's hard you read the Bible? You don't know who you are in the Bible. That's
right.
Once you know who you are, who the players are in the Bible, it's so easy to read.
Right.
You want to read it.
And then,
It's so easy to read.
see, I ain't gonna lie, like me being so young and being at like,
How old are you?
Like, I'm 24. So, but like, I don't want to say too young, but it's just like,
You young.
me growing up over him and being, I don't want to say brainwashed either, but
Nah,
what
brainwash.
do you say? Is it brainwashed?
you're gonna be brainwashed wherever you go because like over there, they in Christianity.
Nah, I understand that, but what I was trying to say is like when I hear the history of my people or somebody trying to tell me the story, I can't relate or gravitate because I don't know.
Not to relate.
Understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
so I look
yeah.
at them like strangers because if I was to go to somebody nowadays that look like these people from back then, they say they'll tell me they're not me. So why would I sit up there and embrace you? Just saying vice versa. That's how they think.
About to relate. Bring that out.
Yeah,
Watch
go ahead, bring it up.
Page 213. Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites.
So Ham was the progenitor of all the Hamitic tribes. See what I'm saying? Just you ever heard of Kemet? Kemet?
Yeah, Kemet, that's Africa's original name, right?
Okay, guess you know where they got the word Kemet from?
Where?
They got it from Ham. Same thing, Kemetic, Hamitic. It said Ham, Hamitic. Just like we are Semitic people, or they say in modern day terms they say we're going to dictionary to say Semite or Semitic people.
Right.
Exactly, that's us. But or they just like what they say with Sean Jackson, Nick Cannon, all they try to say y'all anti-Semitism.
We're the Semitic people.
But we're the Shemitic people. We're not Hamitic. So what the white man has done is he's taught you that you're Hamitic and not Shemitic. But the chosen people of God
That's right.
are the Shemitic people in the
That's right,
Bible.
right.
We're not Hamitic. We're Shemitic. But what they taught us is, hey, the Hamitic people were selling Hamitic people. No, Hamitic people were selling Shemitic people. They knew this. We migrated on their land after 70 AD, running from Titus and Vespasian. When you go into the history of Jerusalem. So the problem is, we don't go into the history of Jerusalem because what they've done is said that Jerusalem is Middle East instead of Northeast Africa. It's part of the continent. So we don't identify Israel with Africa. And that's the problem right there. You see that? Now, this is another scholar right here. Yeah, matter of fact, there you go right there. Look at Egypt. And look where we at. This why these is walking distance.
There you go.
They built that
There you go. When they built the canal, they tried to separate the lands.
Egypt, Judea, and Judah. Oh, cause that's what it goes into. And Judah is the Negroes.
So you want to say, all right, so the people that have this part of this land are the Hamitic. These are
There you
Semitic.
go. And we was over here at Shemitic. But really, when you going into the whole thing of that, when it first was given, that's all ours.
So so Ham and his descendants are Egyptians.
There you go. Yeah.
there you
Yeah.
go.
Egyptians, Ethiopians, Canaanites. Who I'm missing?
Read it again.
Yeah, read it
right
again.
there, right there. Watch this.
It says Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites.
So the Negroes are not a part of the dark race.
Right.
We're not a part of the
Dark
Hamitic. We're dark people, but we're not part of the Hamitic tribes. We are part of the Shemitic tribes. Just for example, the Arabs are Shemitic people as well. They're not Hamitic. They're Semitic.
It was written like that just to
When
show.
you said the Arabs, let's say that.
The Arabs are a Semitic people.
Right.
They're not Hamitic.
White
But
people-
they, the original
Hey.
Arabs are dark people.
White people.
And so, hey, here's another example. When you go into 7-Eleven, the Hindu people, they're Shemites too, and they're dark.
Why do they reject us and treat us the way that we did it? And that they
Because all the nations they hate us. They hate
Because
us
we come-
because we're God's chosen.
Because we come
people.
through we come through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which is the chosen lineage, the chosen seed,
The covenant was left with them.
with us, with Jacob. See what I'm
Say
saying?
back one more time. Read that again. I gotta catch it.
So
go ahead.
because God chose Joel 3. Joel 2. No, Joel 3.
Oh, read this verse. What you about to go
Three or
into? That what you getting ready to bring out about to go exactly into this. Let me get this part.
So
This is from
if Ham is the progenitor of the Hamitic people, which of Egypt, then who's the progenitors of the Semitic people? Who would that be?
Shem.
Shem. That's why I say Shem. One of Noah's eldest, one of Noah's sons. Shem. You got Shem, you got Ham, and you got Japheth. This is the reason why you ever heard. I'm gonna ask you something.
Noah's the father, right?
Yeah, Noah's the father.
Was he Semitic or Hamitic?
Noah was the son
He
of
was the son
God.
of God.
Yeah.
See, when he had his son Shem, Shem had children, which they became Semites or Shemitics or Shemitic people. He had Ham. Ham had children. They became Hamitic people. Japheth had children. They became Japhites. IET, descending of. You see what I'm saying? So when you go right here, right quick.
Technically, they family.
From Babylon.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
are,
yeah.
but according to Deuteronomy 32, the Lord separated the nations.
Right.
And he set everything according to the number of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. See what I'm saying? So everything was according to Israel. So I'm gonna show you something. Now this is another scholar, bro. This is
crazy. I gotta take a picture of that.
yeah.
This is the book From Babylon to Timbuktu by Rudolph R. Windsor.
That's a black
history of
man.
ancient black races, including the black.
Now this is a black man, a scholar, a doctor.
Page 90, bottom paragraph 2.
Now watch what he said.
In the 3rd and 4th centuries AD, the Africans on the west coast did not possess the culture
Where you at? Oh, okay, I got you.
culture
Ho,
superiority.
ho. I want to hear that part right there. Go ahead.
In the 3rd and 4th centuries AD, the Africans on the west coast did not possess the cultural superiority of the Africans on the north and east coast. The black Jews had an advantage over the African tribes.
See that already we got a problem, but it's already making he already making a distinction between the black Jews and the Africans over there, because again after 70 AD, when you read about Jerusalem, Titus and Vespasian, they conquered the temple of Jerusalem. It was a prophecy that we had to go and flee to the mountains. Those mountains was the parts in Africa where we was at. You see what I'm saying? So we was running from the white man trying to go into jurisdictions where Rome didn't have no jurisdiction, or we went and fled amongst another people to blend in. You see what I'm saying? But they don't teach us that in history. Go ahead. Read
The
the
black
black
Jews
yeah.
had an advantage over the African tribes.
Go ahead.
They
How?
carried their culture.
We always carried our culture. Why? Because our culture's right there in the Bible. We don't understand that because we don't know who we are. They took our name from us. Go ahead.
History,
Our history in the Bible. Go ahead.
Laws.
Our laws are in the Bible. Go ahead.
and written records with them.
In the Bible. Come on.
This assured them a constant precedent for the development of a higher social organization.
That's because God said in Deuteronomy 4, man, the nation's supposed to look at us and say, damn, this is a wise and understanding, a great, wise and understanding people. Why? Because we always keep our laws, our records, our written records. We always keep that with us. Go ahead.
Because of the stability of the black Jewish culture, the Jews were not absorbed into the autonomous population.
Go ahead.
In fact, the Jews absorbed some of the native tribes.
Go ahead.
The Jews made use of every opportunity. They were an industrious and skillful people.
Go ahead. Very skillful. Watch this.
In the Jewish Ghanaian states were found kings,
Deuteronomy 76.
princes,
Kings,
governors,
princes, governors,
generals, secretaries,
Come on.
treasurers, revenue
Where
agents.
you think the white man get this from? He get this from us, our record. That's where he get how to set up America. He got that, all this right here, governors, go ahead, what else it say?
Judges, architects,
Read.
engineers, doctors,
Come on.
historians, language interpreters,
Read.
mathematicians,
Come on.
jewelers, sculptors, masons, carpenters,
Come on.
painters
Come
of
on.
art,
Painters of art.
goldsmiths,
Right up.
leather workers, potters,
Right.
armorers,
Right.
shacklers,
Everything, man.
blacksmiths, agriculture, etc.
Anything you can think about it, we had that already established, bro. Now watch this next part. I want you to see this.
The black Hebrew kings of Ghana
The black Hebrew kings of Ghana, to go to show you there was Hebrew kings in Ghana. Go ahead.
had two titles.
What's the two titles?
Kayamaga means master of gold,
Masters of Gold, that was us. Go ahead.
and Ghana, war chief.
And we were skillful in war. You see what I'm saying? We always been like this when you read the history of the Israelites in the Bible. Now watch this, Deuteronomy 7:6.
That white man was playing in caves, man.
Deuteronomy 7:6.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 6.
Come on.
For thou art an holy people.
Talking about the children of Israel, the people on that side, the children of Israel. Jacob's sons, they are the chosen people of God. He said, for thou art holy, meaning set apart, separate. She, set apart, separate. She's a holy, we holy people. That's how God set us up to be. When we operate in the laws, statutes, and commandments that he gave us as an inheritance from the beginning. Go ahead.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Come on.
The Lord thy God have chosen thee to be a special people
The Lord had chosen the Israelites to be a special people. Go ahead.
unto himself,
Unto himself, come on.
above all people. that-
Above all people. You see that? That's in the Bible. That's in the King James Version Bible. They never teach you that in
Everybody
church.
equal, brother.
Yeah, everybody equal. We all equal. But why is it that we get done worse than anybody else? Why is it that we go through hell on earth? Why is it that we doing all the shooting and the killing in the communities, in the black community? Why we can't get up as a people? Why we stuck in the ghettos? All that?
Those are my questions.
Go to Deuteronomy 28. Go to Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28.
Those are the questions that make me disconnect.
Give me 29 and 1. Deuteronomy.
That's what the Jews was up.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so they
21,
wouldn't, they
29
didn't,
and 1.
wherever we go, they don't accept us, so they always put us on the outskirts.
Right.
And they call it ghetto.
29 and 1.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 29 and verse 1.
Pay attention, go ahead.
These are the words of the covenant,
Right?
which the Lord commanded Moses.
So if you and your daughter making a covenant, what y'all doing? Agreement, contract. Yeah, contract, agreement. Go ahead. Like in a marriage, that's a covenant. A covenant with me and my wife. I made a covenant with my wife. Agreement, a contract with her. Go ahead, under God.
Which the Lord commanded Moses
So the Lord is making a covenant. Go ahead.
to make the children of Israel
To make with the children of Israel.
in the land of Moab.
Right, so it's a covenant being made with God and his people, the children of Israel. Nobody else. That's what he just said. It's a covenant being made with God and with his people. Now read Deuteronomy 28 and 1.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1.
Go ahead.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
Go ahead.
to observe and to do all his commandments,
Right.
which I command thee this day,
Go ahead.
that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Right. So if our people was to listen to the Most High, He's telling the Israelites, listen, all you got to do is listen to what I tell y'all to do. All I'm telling y'all to do is do what I say. Keep my commandments and live. If we do that, we're gonna be above all nations on the planet Earth. If we did that. So you look at us you look at us now. Are we above all people? No. Obviously, something is got to be a flip side to it. Read verse 15.
Deuteronomy 28 and 15.
Go ahead.
But it shall come to pass,
That don't make no sense.
if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
Go ahead.
to observe to do all his commandments.
So now it's a flip side. If you don't listen to me and keep my commandments, go ahead.
And his statutes,
And his statutes, go ahead.
which I command thee this day,
Right.
that all these curses,
All these what?
all these curses
All these curses, go ahead.
shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So all these curses are going to come upon this people if they don't listen to me.
Those are the ones.
Poverty. Read verse 16.
Curse shalt thou be in the city,
In Richmond, Portsmouth, Petersburg, Newport News, wherever we at in the cities, Chicago, wherever we at in the cities, LA, we are cursed people. We killing each other, robbing from one another. We raping our women. We whoring out our women. We prostituting our daughters. All these curses is coming upon us. Why? Because we broke the commandments of God. Therefore, God, He made an agreement with us, a covenant with us. He said, listen, you do what I tell you to do, I got y'all. I'm going to put y'all above all other people. Y'all will never be ruled over. You'll never be in poverty. But if you don't listen to me, y'all, I will send you. That's how we know this. That's how we know this Bible is real. Through the prophecy. No other book got it like this. Give me Psalms 9 and 16.
But Christianity teach you know how to do the law.
Right, and Christianity is set up by the same people that's oppressed us. So of course they will teach you not to keep the laws of God, but not keeping the laws of God got the curses put upon us.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So common sense, as a person that's reading the Bible, trying to get some knowledge of self and understanding what it is that we must do, damn, the whole time they've been breaking the commandments of God. So therefore it'll only be right for me to now understand the keeping of the commandments and now keep them. That's the thing. So, and because we did do that, judgment happened to, this is judgment right here. This is God's wrath. This is God's anger. This is God's judgment right here. And the Bible says, this is how we know He's real. Read that right quick, 9 and 16.
The book of Psalms, chapter 9 and verse 16.
Go ahead.
The Lord is known by the judgment which he executes.
You see, how's the Lord known?
The Lord is known by the judgment which he
You
executes.
see that? Our God is known by the judgment that He executed. That's how we know all these other gods, Allah, Buddhist, Hindu, Krishna, all these, we know they're not real. Why? Because show me the judgment behind the disobedience of us. We know the God of this Bible real because we see the slavery. That's us being disobedient. This is Him punishing us right there.
Even though I dismissed Jesus just recently, like completely, you know what I'm saying? But even when I try to go back and think spiritually or whatever, like with the same mind, I can just look around and tell that this is real. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? This is real. I don't even have to read no Bible or nothing. I can look and see that it's real.
But see, this is what I'm trying to show you. They're trying to take this out of the history books. You see what I'm saying? Why? Because it's in our history book. So if I remove slavery out of the history book, guess what? It's gonna be hard for you to identify. Because remember, these we just read in Deuteronomy 28:15 that all these curses are gonna come upon you. Give me verse 32. The verse you had pulled.
Ignorance is something that we believe is
Right.
bad.
Hey, look,
Right.
and they taking that in statues, bro. They trying to take that anything that could make you question, oh, who is he? What did he do?
Right.
They want to hide
And
that.
we think that's a
so,
good thing.
so you have nothing to.
That ain't a good thing. They
Right.
need to leave them statues.
Because if they take the statues down, then they're going to take the slavery and everything else behind them out of the history books if they remove them statues.
Right.
Go
They
ahead.
being real clever with it.
Take away the question. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 32.
This another curse upon our people. Go ahead.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given into another people.
So, but back right here when this was physically happening, you wouldn't have had no power to fight for her. You would have died. If you tried to fight for her, you would have got killed. It says our sons and our daughters was given to another people. That happened. All this we can see. 45, 65. What's the day to come up when we shop and everything for the low? Black Friday. You know what the original Black Friday was about? It's up here somewhere too. There you go, right here.
Evo's for sale.
Me and you was for sale.
At a discount.
Discount prices.
Hey, the government will still come and take your kids from you.
And they, right,
That's
right,
what CPS says now.
right. See, and that, yeah, there you go. That's modern day
Don't send
CPS.
your kids to their school. They're
Right.
gonna be like, hold up, wait a minute, why she not coming? They're coming, and they're gonna take her.
Right. And,
Why
and-
you not going to get her shots and everything? If you don't have legit paperwork and stuff lined up, they'll use that against you. Take your daughter, and they that state control them.
right. So that's another curse. Go ahead, finish it off.
That's almost like keep track of your property.
Right, right.
And that's in their system, so they can have the control.
Deuteronomy
Birth certificate, Social Security.
28, verse 32.
Uh-huh.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Right.
And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
Go ahead.
And there shall be no might in thine hand.
Right, man, ain't gonna be nobody in your head to fight for your kids back. You just gonna have to. Why? Because who's the one doing this? God. God is the one doing it. Why is he doing it though? Because what do we do? But there you go. There we go. So because of God, because of our disobedience, which you're not wrong in what you said, we did do this to ourselves because of our disobedience. The Most High has to hold up his end of the covenant. God said, if you obey me, I got you. You disobey.
What was the first disobedience? Not loving each other. Like, what was it? What was it?
The first disobedience was
In the garden.
spiritual, and in the garden with Adam. It was, remember when Eve, where they say, oh, Eve bit, she ate an apple. She ate an apple.
Ain't no apple in the Bible, bro.
It's just going into, Eve learned of something she had no business going to. She was supposed to go to her head. And that beginning, you ever heard of feminism? Women ruling over men? She wanted to be like a god in the garden. That spirit was all the way back in the garden. That spirit that's on our women, to where they want to be like us, rule over us. Eve had the same spirit on her. That's where the sisters get it from. That's the spirit of Eve. They got that from there. See, she wanted to be like a god, and the serpent tricked her into it. Well, you can be just like him. See, that's the deception, because she know she was not made to be like me. She was made to be my help me. She wasn't made to be like me. You see what I'm saying? So in
Say
America,
that disrespectful.
huh?
Women would say
That's
that
a modern day.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah, because that's feminism.
Because it's feminism.
That
That's why they
spirit
go
is upon the
exactly.
earth.
Yeah, that spirit is
It's
upon
a-
the
it's
earth.
about
Any real woman knows. Listen, she knows the position. Look, he's the head.
Adam was
I gotta obey. I gotta obey with that man. Any real woman knows that.
Adam was supposed to put her in check like Job did his wife.
But what you said something, and he was talking. You said something about Christ.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Because I can't relate to none of your life. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna show you why you can't relate to
relate
it.
to it so
Ooh,
these curses so far.
you know why you can't relate to it?
That was
Because
good.
that's what's in your mind.
Right.
The true description of him in Revelation 1 is not in your mind.
It's not.
This is in your mind because that's what's been taught to. That's what was taught to me. That's what was in my church. So that's the reason why
My name is
Christ.
Chris, by the
I was
way.
just about to ask Chris.
Yes.
Jesus was an unarmed black man. How you gonna say you can't relate to him?
Well, how did he die?
I think of Jesus.
You think of him.
Right.
That's what I
I'm
just
thinking
said.
of all
I got you.
And how did he
But I'm letting you know
die?
he was an unarmed black man.
How did he die?
They put him on the cross. They never took him.
Crucified. What white man you know get done like that?
Who gets hung on trees?
Same day for the Christ.
Same thing.
read the description.
Got beat up, and guess what?
Hey, hit that
Beat
joint.
up
He was a
first,
top. What's it called? Revolutionist.
Acts 5 and
Christ was a
30.
revolutionist. Right. You see what I'm saying? Hold on. Hold where Jake at. I wanna stay right here and do the rhyme because I wanna show him. Give me verse 48 real quick. Oh no, 43. Because remember, these curses are upon the Israelites. And they was gonna stay upon the Israelites till a redeemer came.
So I got a question though.
Go ahead.
Alright, so when we look at it like when we say Africans, we say the Negroes or whatever, the
Right.
case may be, the Caribbeans or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Like, that's a divider though, is it not? Like,
Purposely.
yeah,
Right.
like,
What-
Purposely done.
Are we all the same? We're not all the same.
No. The children
Why
of
can't they
Israel.
be my brothers?
Who you talking about?
Everybody on that
Who-
side
who?
is.
Everybody on that side, your
is your
brothers. And now if you talking about Ham, the Hamitic tribes, the African tribes, nah, you know what they gonna tell you? They gonna call you a kata,
Akata.
cotton picking nigga, and they gonna say, your people came over here on boat. My people, we flew over here. A real African North history gonna tell you that. Now,
Y'all flew over there. How they flew?
because they took a
want
plane.
slaves.
They want slaves.
They want slaves.
We were. That's why they gonna say that, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's videos where our brothers ran into real Africans didn't do this. They came out their mouth and
They even
said
had
that.
one
Real
African
Hamites
leader
that said this.
apologize for selling us into slavery.
So they know the difference. We don't. See, we look at these demons be my brothers, but see that's the problem because we've been stripped from who we are.
I mean, I could just look at Africans that come from Africa. They look different.
They look different. There you go. The phenotype different.
And they don't deal with us.
And they definitely don't rock with you. Yeah.
I noticed that too.
Read verse 43 right quick. I'm gonna show you another. I'm gonna show you.
the door at the same time.
I'm gonna show
Why
you.
is that? That's so crazy.
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you.
Difference.
I'm gonna show you. And go ahead. Watch this.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 43.
Who was the lowest people on planet Earth? What nation of people? There you go. Not all of them. The Israelites are. Because we talk about the Israelites right here. Remember, God making a covenant with them. He said, look, you do what I tell you to do. I got you. Put you above all other people. You'll never be ruled over. You don't do what I tell you to do, you will be ruled over. You will have to do this. You will go to another people. You will go into
28
slavery.
and verse 43.
Go ahead.
The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high.
The stranger, this so-called white man, he was going to get up above us very high. That's how he was able to sell us. That's how he was able to do the things he was done, because he was up over us very high. Who ordained this? God did. Because why? Because of our what? Our disobedience. Keep going.
And thou shalt come down very low.
Y'all, hey, he gonna get up over y'all very high, but y'all, oh yeah, y'all gonna come down low. Y'all gonna be in the stuck in the slums, in the ghettos, in the hoods. Why? They gonna be out. I don't know the rich areas of Richmond, but I know on our side, Harborview, all these nice $1 million homes and stuff. That's where they at. While we is stuck in the hood. Go ahead.
Verse 44.
Come on.
He shall lend to thee.
And he's gonna lend to you. When you gotta go get that loan for that bank, who you gotta go to? There you go. He gonna lend to you. Come on.
And thou shalt not lend to him.
He said, but you're not gonna lend to him. You see that? We don't lend to them. They lend to us. Go ahead. Watch this.
What's up with you, babe? How's everything?
He shall be the head.
And he's the head of us.
Everything good?
We gotta go to them for everything. We not the head. They are. Go ahead.
And thou shalt be the tail.
But we the tail now. You see that? We got that. We get the ass into everything. Come on.
Moreover,
Go ahead.
all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee.
Right? These curses are gonna come upon you, and they're gonna constantly pursue us. They still pursuing us right now. Go ahead.
And overtake thee
Read.
till thou be destroyed.
Till you be destroyed mentally, not knowing who your God is. Mentally, what you think the devil is a man on the ground with a damn pitchfork. Go ahead.
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
Go ahead.
to keep his commandments and his statutes,
Right.
which he commanded thee, and they shall be upon thee,
That's the point I want. Read that part right there.
and they shall be upon thee
These curses are gonna be upon us. Still to this day, they're gonna be upon us for what?
for a sign,
For what?
for a sign,
These curses. This is a sign. That's one of the curses God left. The biggest curse he left was this one right here. This is for a sign. A sign for what, bro? For you to remember who you are. In the land of your enemies, you're gonna bethink yourself.
That's right.
This how you gonna start to bethink yourself in the land of your enemies right here. Damn, hold on. That's in the Bible? I didn't know that was in the Bible. Damn, hold on, this happened to who? The Israelites. Damn, who is these Israelites people? I gotta go and research these people. And when you start doing that, all the dots start connecting up.
Shit get hard to do. You get hit over your head and chains on you and shit hard to do.
Yeah, it is. But guess what? But guess what? Just like how you talk about Christ, somebody give me John 14:26. That's why Christ, that black so-called black savior, that saved his people, died for his people. He redeemed us when his blood redeemed us. He died for a purpose. He died for his people. That's why we look through Christ. You know what I'm saying? We look through Christ and worship the Father in spirit and in truth. You see what I'm saying? Christ is our mediator though. And he was going to leave us a spirit when he died that was going to bring all things back into our remembrance. Read that, John 14:26.
The book of John, chapter 14, verse 26.
Watch this.
But the Comforter, which is the Holy Ghost,
Right.
whom the Father will send in my name.
Christ said the Comforter, which is the Holy Ghost, that holy set apart spirit is going to be sent in the name of Christ. Go ahead.
He shall teach you all things,
And that spirit going to teach you all things. What else?
and bring all things to your remembrance whatsoever I have said unto you.
Things had to be brought back into our remembrance. That spirit the Father left a particular spirit on the earth. That spirit is the spirit of Christ. That spirit is going to bring things back into your remembrance. It's going to start to teach you. Because that's what it's a spirit. Once you start to learn Christ, listen, it's a spirit inside of you that's supposed to teach you. You see what I'm saying? Once you start to learn Christ, that's where we talk about getting spiritual.
And when you start reading, you understand this one.
Right. Go ahead, back here.
You know, the crazy thing is, we're in a day and age of information. Nothing can be
48 or 46 upon the fourth sign.
In their pocket, and you can find out anything you want to know. So now they can't hide nothing from this one.
Go ahead, we almost finished. I just want you to get a couple more. Go ahead. Okay, all right, I'll break.
Deuteronomy 28 and 46.
Go ahead.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
So we know these curses upon us for a sign, for a wonder. Come on.
And upon thy seed forever.
And a what?
And upon thy seed forever.
So these curses are going to be Ecclesiastes 4:16. These curses are going to be upon the children of Israel forever. You see what I'm saying? Well, forever until the Redeemer comes. The Redeemer is Christ. And guess what? He said when you start to see rumors of wars, famines in the earth, pestilence in the earth, all these sicknesses, all these diseases, nation rising up against nation, Russia, Ukraine, Russia, America, China, Taiwan. He said when you start to see all this stuff going on in the earth, know that the day of my coming is getting close. When you start to see brothers on the corners out and about teaching the truth about the Bible, the prophets back upon the earth, he said you better know that the day is near. We in them days. He said when the days start to be cut short, you better know that we in them times. We in these times, right? It's no coincidence that you hear this.
So Christ is meant to be just one man, one savior, not the unification of all of our people.
He's the Christ through Christ is the unification of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. That's big bro. That's big bro. That's and when the kingdom comes, that's the king. See what I'm saying?
Is he meant to be somebody with flesh? Or he's like
He came. But guess what? He said, give me Isaiah 47.
when he comes back, is he meant to be in flesh again?
I'm gonna show you. I like that. Give me Isaiah 47:3. I like that. Good question.
Is this somebody I'm trying to see? Like, is this somebody to be on the lookout for through birth? Like,
no question.
Like, you know,
and give me
the movies
give me
when they birth
Matthew
names.
10 and what? 30.
He sound like Herod. When Herod found out that he was born,
Hey,
10 and 30.
don't forget Matthew 24 and Matthew 25, how he coming back.
Oh yeah, no question. All right. Go ahead. What you got? 47:3. Yeah, 47:3.
I'm gonna tell y'all something too. Like, other than y'all just speaking and out here with signs and everything, I already identify y'all to the group. I mean, I used to work with a lady that was like, she only wore dresses, she only wore blue.
Okay.
She told me, I've been supposed to find y'all. Like,
Okay.
she been supposed to introduce me to y'all. But being that I'm here, I was meant to be here.
Exactly. The Lord, all the Lord did with her, he was her to plant that seed on her. Now you see it manifesting.
Before I met her, I already was anybody. The reason why I'm so into it like that because I don't want to use the word, but I don't have a father. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So I want to find something to gravitate towards. When I look at the Arabs, all the Chinese people, they got together. They got unity.
Right.
When I look at my people, I don't see that.
Yeah, right.
Because I wonder why.
Because this is what's and we spread it out through religion. The true unification of our people is gonna be this right here. Us being brought back as the children of Israel. Hey, Sirach, give me Sirach 36 and I think it's 11. Gather my people, gather the tribes together. That's what it is.
And they broke our bands.
Yeah.
Bands is what ties us together. The Bible said they broke our, when they killed Christ, they broke our bands.
Read what you got first.
The book of Sirach, chapter 36 and verse 11.
Watch this.
Gather all the tribes of Jacob together.
You see what it say?
Gather all the tribes of Jacob together.
Gather all the tribes of Jacob together. Go ahead.
And inherit thou them as from the beginning.
And inherit us, Lord, as from the beginning. So the Lord has to gather his people and inherit us like he did from the beginning. So we're being gathered again. Just like we had to get gathered before, we're being gathered up again. It always happens. We always get gathered up out of captivity. The Lord sends saviors. Lord sends saviors. And he always come and gather us as a people. Now, Christ said this, Isaiah 47.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 47 and verse 3.
Go ahead.
Thy nakedness shall be uncovered.
Thy nakedness talking about Babylon, that great whore, which is America. Go ahead.
Yea, thy shame shall be seen.
So this, the shame of this place is gonna be seen. Go ahead.
I will take vengeance,
God, the Lord said He gonna take vengeance. Go ahead.
and I will not meet thee as a man.
See what He said? I'm gonna take vengeance, and I'm not gonna meet you as a man this time. I came in the flesh already. Revelation 19. I came in the flesh already. I came one time already in the flesh. Peaceful. Y'all rejected me. I came in the flesh, peaceful, calm, trying to show y'all the truth. Y'all was rejecting me. Yeah, a lot of his own
Even
people.
his own people,
And you got that. You look at Malcolm X, Martin Luther. It's always Judas and the Black Messiah. I don't know if you've seen that movie. Oh, you gotta go look at it. Judas and the Black Messiah. You know how that brother got killed. And what happened with him? Somebody, inside job that feds paid somebody that looked just like him, set him up. Same thing with Christ. Judas set Christ. He paid Judas. Judas came on in and he set Christ up. Same thing. No, you want to say, yo.
This is Christ.
It's always the narrative. They deliver you to the enemy.
Right.
Your people take your own people to the other nations.
That's hatred. That's hatred. We ain't supposed to operate like that, yo. Go ahead. And that curse is on us today. Go ahead. Watch this.
The book of Revelation, chapter 19, and verse 12. His eyes were the flame of fire,
Christ's eyes is as a flame of fire. Go ahead.
and on his head were many crowns.
Why? Because Christ is coming to take the crowns off of the kings of the world. The king of Russia, king of America, king of Russia, England, all these other places.
Yeah, that new king.
He's taking all these kings. He's gonna take the crowns off of their head. Go ahead.
And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself.
Come on.
And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood.
He was what?
Clothed with a vesture dipped in blood.
Yeah, I'm talking about this Christ. He said this man gonna be dipped in blood. And that's what said, hold on. Yeah, I thought this Jesus was so loving. Why is he dipped in blood?
That's why they don't
Exodus 15 and 3. I'm gonna show you why he gonna be dipped in blood.
Basically saying they're gonna dip.
No. Christ is gonna be dipped in blood when he returns. Why? Because he's coming to do a whole lot of killing. Whole lot of killing.
All the wickedness on the earth.
Yup, 15 3. I'm gonna show you what he is. Go ahead. All the way back from the beginning what he is. Go ahead. All praises. Go ahead. That's the spirit in you. Go ahead.
Exodus chapter 15 and verse 3.
Go ahead.
The Lord is a man of war.
What the Bible say?
The Lord is a man of war.
The Bible says that Christ is a man of war. He's a man of war. That man ain't no this soft man. We just this. You know, don't talk to me like that. I don't want to hear the Bible speak love to me.
Right.
Oh, that ain't how that man operate, man. That man. Think about one of your grandfathers or your great grandfathers, how strict and how hard and how severe they were. My granddads, man, my granddads were the type granddaddies that they brought you in this world, they take you out. You go against them.
Hey, when they went to get Christ and they asked, they said him and he said, I am he, and they all fell backwards.